The moment APRocky's viral G-string footage hit the internet, it triggered a state of absolute, unprecedented panic behind the closed doors of Hollywood's elite. Alliances are shattering, decades-long friendships are burning to the ground, and a full-blown war has just been declared. What started as a single piece of leaked, raw, and completely unedited concert footage from Baltimore has suddenly mutated into a brutal public execution of Rocky's entire reputation. The biggest names in the rap industry have officially broken their silence to launch a coordinated strike. Drake has entered the chat with pure venom in his eyes. 50 Cent has unleashed a masterclass in psychological devastation, and high-ranking insiders leak that Rocky is currently in a state of blind, uncontrollable fury. This is no longer just an internet meme, it is an ideological execution. Stay exactly where you are, because what a high-ranking industry source just leaked to us about Rihanna's secret, behind-the-scenes intervention changes everything you think you know about this scandal. To understand how a split-second wardrobe mishap on a concert stage in Baltimore transformed into a catastrophic industry-wide war, you have to understand the ticking time bomb that has been sitting under the hip-hop community for years. Hip-hop has always run on an unspoken, rigid, and uncompromising code of visual masculinity. For decades, what a rapper wears on stage isn't just fashion, it is a declaration of status, street credibility, and power. Enter APRocky. For over a decade, Rocky has proudly carried the self-proclaimed title of the fashion killer. He didn't just participate in fashion. He actively, deliberately, and aggressively sought to dismantle traditional masculine coding within the culture. From wrapping patterned babushkas around his head to wearing skirts, kilts, sheer blouses, and carrying oversized designer handbags, Rocky has consistently pushed the boundaries to the absolute limit. In public, he framed it as high-fashion intellectualism. In interviews, he openly stated that traditional gender boundaries are artificial constructs. He even playfully admitted to stealing clothes directly from his partner Rihanna's extensive luxury wardrobe. For a long time, the industry tolerated it. Why? 'Cause Rocky was winning. He was pulling off the impossible, navigating between the gritty street culture of Harlem and the front rows of Chanel haute couture shows with disconcerting ease. His streaming numbers crossed a staggering 25 billion total streams, and his visual assets on YouTube clocked over 5 billion views. He was untouchable, wrapped in the protective armor of his astronomical success and his status as one of pop culture's ultimate power couples alongside Rihanna. But beneath the surface of this apparent acceptance, a deep ideological resentment was festering among hip-hop's traditionalists. Cons who built their empires on an image of bulletproof, street-hardened masculinity viewed Rocky's fashion-forward choices not as art, but as a dangerous drift away from the core identity of the culture. They were waiting for a single misstep. They were waiting for the moment the fashion killer went too far, transforming high-fashion provocation into undeniable public humiliation. And that brings us to the year 2026. The stakes had never been higher for APRocky. After 8 long years of agonizing delays, postponements, and intense public scrutiny, his highly anticipated 4th studio album, Don't Be Dumb, finally dropped on January 16, 2026. The project was a massive commercial triumph, pulling in over 1 million pre-saves on Spotify and featuring an elite roster of global visionaries, from Tyler the Creator to the legendary Tim Burton handling the creative direction. This was supposed to be Rocky's definitive victory lap. The accompanying Don't Be Dumb World Tour kicked off on May 27, 2026, at Chicago's United Center, designed to be a multi-continental campaign that would solidify his legacy across North America and Europe. Every single night was scrutinized by thousands of cell phone cameras, turned into instant viral content. Cultural heat surrounding him was blinding, but so was the target on his back. For months, old rivalries had been simmering in the shadows. Drake, still feeling the residual burn from his historic beef with Kendrick Lamar, a beef where APRocky actively took sides, had already taken lethal subliminal shots at both Rocky and Rihanna on global broadcasts. Drake was looking for the ultimate ammunition to permanently dismantle Rocky's cultural credibility. At the same time, 50 Cent, a man who has spent his entire career weaponizing other people's most awkward moments for personal profit and entertainment, was lurking in the wings. The atmosphere was thick with tension, a single spark away from an absolute explosion. No one knew that the spark would ignite on June 8, 2026, inside the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. No one could have predicted that a raw, unfiltered piece of concert footage would bypass Rocky's security teams, escape the venue, and land directly into the hands of his fiercest rivals, triggering an immediate, coordinated strike that has left the entire music industry completely divided and standing on the absolute brink of total chaos. It was supposed to be just another high-octane stop on the Don't Be Dumb World Tour. On June 8, 2026, the lights dimmed inside Baltimore's CFG Bank Arena. Crowd was locked in, the bass was vibrating through the floorboards, and APRocky took the stage with his signature chaotic energy. He was performing a high-intensity set, wearing an incredibly oversized, baggy streetwear outfit that perfectly blended luxury with raw street style. But as he began jumping up and down to build the crowd's energy, disaster struck. His oversized shirt rode up his torso. His low-hanging, baggy pants slipped. And for several agonizing seconds, cell phone cameras caught a definitive, unmistakable view of what appeared to be a black G-string or thong sitting exceptionally high above his waistband, dug deep into his skin. This wasn't a controlled, highly stylized rollout. This wasn't a framed moment at Paris Fashion Week surrounded by a team of publicists who could spin the narrative. This was raw, candid, unfiltered concert footage, caught from a side angle by an ordinary fan in the crowd. Within minutes of the song ending, that video file was uploaded to the internet. Within hours, it had bypassed every algorithm on X, TikTok, and Instagram, accumulating tens of millions of views before the clock even struck midnight. The immediate reaction from the internet was a volatile mix of utter shock and frantic confusion. But the true catastrophic damage began when an anonymous insider leaked a high-priority, urgent group chat screenshot allegedly consisting of high-ranking members of Rocky's management team. The leaked text read, "Get the legal team on every single platform right now. Cease and desist orders immediately. If this video stays up till morning, the tour's corporate sponsors are pulling out." This leak confirmed the worst. Rocky's camp was in an absolute state of blind, unadulterated panic. They knew that this visual completely subverted the carefully curated boundary between edgy high fashion and industry humiliation. Then, the first catastrophic twist dropped, turning this wardrobe mishap into an all-out war. It wasn't just fans reacting anymore. Right on cue, 50 Cent logged onto his official Instagram account. He didn't write a paragraph. He didn't construct a complex argument. True to his reputation as the most dangerous troll in media history, Curtis Jackson posted a high-definition screenshot of Rocky from the Baltimore footage, zoomed in completely on the exposed waistband. His caption sent a lethal shockwave through the hip-hop community. "Boy, what the hell you got going on out there on that stage? She out here looking wild. Rihanna, come to the front right now. Why is your baby daddy running around Baltimore with a G-string on? Hollywood has officially corrupted another one. I guess we know who wears the pants in that house now." Asterisk. The impact of 50 Cent's post was instantaneous and devastating. It acted as an official green light for the rest of the industry to break their silence. But the real tactical strike came from Toronto. Drake, who had been waiting for the perfect moment to execute his revenge against Rocky for his involvement in the Kendrick Lamar war, utilized his massive digital presence to drop a nuclear bomb on Rocky's reputation. Drake didn't just post a meme. According to leaked audio obtained from an elite industry insider close to Drake's OVO camp, the Canadian megastar allegedly sent a mass voice note to multiple high-profile rap artists, laughing uncontrollably and saying, "The fashion killer just killed his own career. He's out there wearing lingerie on stage. Don't let him talk about the streets ever again. It's over for him." Shortly after this voice note circulated through the industry's elite circles, Drake posted a cryptic, highly calculated picture on his Instagram story showing a luxury pair of men's boxing shorts with the caption, "Keeping it secure." No illusions over here. The public disrespect was so calculated, so direct, that it immediately triggered a violent reaction within Rocky's inner circle. A source embedded directly within the Don't Be Dumb tour production team leaked that when APRocky saw 50 Cent's post and heard about Drake's behind-the-scenes mockery, he completely lost control backstage at his next venue. The source stated, "Rocky was throwing equipment across the dressing room. He was screaming at his managers, demanding to know how the venue's security allowed that specific fan angle to be recorded. He felt completely betrayed by the lack of damage control. He explicitly told his team that Drake has officially crossed a line that can never be uncrossed, and that this is no longer about music, it's about his family's honor." Tension grew exponentially worse when fans started noticing that several high-profile hip-hop artists, who had previously recorded verses for Rocky's Don't Be Dumb album, began quietly unfollowing Rocky's personal accounts and removing mentions of the tour from their platforms. It became clear that an invisible wall was being built around Rocky, with traditionalist rappers choosing to distance themselves from the explosive controversy. But just when everyone thought the drama had reached its absolute peak, a second terrifying twist emerged from the shadows. A tech forensic analyst on TikTok posted a highly detailed viral breakdown claiming that the Baltimore footage was actually a highly sophisticated military-grade AI deepfake, engineered by an external entity specifically to destroy Rocky's tour monetization and brand deals. The analyst pointed out minute pixel distortions around the waistband area, sending the entire internet into a state of absolute madness. Was it real, or was this a highly coordinated digital assassination attempt funded by his industry enemies? Before anyone could process this world-shattering possibility, a high-ranking representative from a major corporate sponsor of the tour leaked an internal email to the press. The email stated that due to the polarizing nature of the viral footage and the ensuing industry backlash, they were officially freezing their $15 million marketing contribution to the European leg of the tour, pending an immediate investigation into the authenticity of the video. In a matter of 24 hours, APRocky's multi-million-dollar triumph had transformed into a financial and reputational nightmare. And the silence from his partner, Rihanna, was starting to look like the most dangerous element of all. The digital landscape didn't just react to the scandal, it fractured into a chaotic war zone. Within 48 hours of the Baltimore concert incident, the phrase Rocky Thong and the hashtag rappers break silence were trending at the #1 spot worldwide across X, TikTok, and Instagram. The narrative was escalating completely out of control, moving away from simple jokes and mutating into a massive industry-wide debate regarding the corporate manipulation of hip-hop culture. A massive, multi-threaded verified account on X leaked what appeared to be an explosive back-and-forth exchange between several prominent rap industry managers. One prominent user tweeted, "You guys think 50 Cent and Drake are just trolling for fun? Wake up. This is a coordinated takedown. Rocky's album pre-saves hit 1 million, his tour was on track to clear $80 million, and he's completely independent of the major label monopolies. They used that footage to activate a corporate morals clause and freeze his funding. It's a setup." As this corporate conspiracy theory began to spread like wildfire, the public backlash intensified. Thousands of traditional hip-hop purists flooded Rocky's comment sections, leaving thousands of clown emojis and brutal criticisms, claiming that his fashion choices had finally compromised the integrity of the genre. On the other side of the digital war, Rocky's fiercely loyal fanbase launched a massive counteroffensive, attempting to mass-report 50 Cent's Instagram post for targeted harassment and bullying, briefly causing 50's account to face a temporary shadow ban. But 50 Cent, completely unbothered and fueled by the chaos, doubled down. He posted a video clip of himself sitting in a luxury vehicle, laughing hysterically while holding a pair of giant golden scissors, stating, "I heard they trying to report my page. Look, if you can't handle the smoke, don't wear the lingerie on stage, Flacco. I'm just getting started. Wait until you see what I've got planned for the New York show." The industry backlash reached an absolute boiling point when prominent rap commentators and legendary hip-hop podcasters dedicated entire 3-hour episodes to analyzing the situation. One legendary New York radio host went on a live broadcast and stated, "We are judging the man's personal life. But when you are a hip-hop artist representing the streets of Harlem, and you are on a public arena stage jumping around in a G-string, you are resetting the visual standard for the youth. 50 Cent had every right to throw that stone. Drake had every right to laugh. The culture is fighting for its soul right now. This statement poured absolute gasoline on the fire. Immediately, multiple high-profile fashion designers and luxury brand ambassadors threw their support behind Rocky, releasing statements condemning the hip-hop community for its latent homophobia and outdated views on genderless artistic expression. The controversy had officially transcended music. It was now a global cultural war. Then, the second, completely unexpected and world-shattering twist dropped, completely changing the trajectory of the entire scandal. An exclusive, high-level investigative journalist published a leaked text exchange allegedly taken directly from the personal phone of an executive at Savage X Fenty, Rihanna's multi-billion-dollar lingerie empire. The leaked messages revealed a shocking truth that nobody saw coming. The text read, "The Baltimore footage wasn't a mistake. It was an unapproved, rogue marketing stunt executed by Rocky to force a partnership announcement between the tour and our menswear lingerie line. Rihanna is furious. She didn't sign off on this specific visual for an arena crowd. It's hurting our luxury demographic." The internet completely collapsed upon itself after this revelation. It wasn't a wardrobe malfunction. It wasn't a malicious AI deepfake engineered by Drake or his enemies. According to this high-level leak, it was a calculated rogue marketing stunt that had backfired catastrophically, creating a massive, deeply personal rift between APRocky and Rihanna. The narrative instantly shifted from a rapper-facing industry mockery to a massive, high-stakes domestic and financial crisis between pop culture's most powerful couple. Immediately following this leak, eagle-eyed fans noticed a terrifying development on social media. Rihanna, who had been passionately attending every single stop of the Don't Be Dumb World Tour, standing in the front row with a camera in hand and cheering on Rocky alongside their children, was suddenly spotted boarding a private jet leaving Baltimore alone. Her official team released no statement, but sources close to the family leaked to media outlets that Rihanna had completely canceled her scheduled appearances for the upcoming Canadian leg of Rocky's tour. To make matters infinitely worse, a prominent paparazzi outlet published a series of blurry, high-contrast photos captured outside the couple's luxury hotel residence in New York. The photos showed Rocky's security detail loading multiple heavy luggage cases into a separate transport vehicle, suggesting that the couple had officially separated their living arrangements in the wake of the industry-wide humiliation. The escalating drama reached a state of sheer panic when a prominent hip-hop news platform posted a breaking news alert. Leaked reports indicate that APRocky's legal and management teams have just called an emergency closed-door boardroom meeting in Manhattan. Sources say Rocky is preparing to pull down the entire North American leg of the tour to address an escalating family emergency. Cliffhanger left millions of fans in absolute agonizing suspense. Was the tour truly about to be cancelled? Had a split-second viral video genuinely destroyed an $80 million tour and shattered the foundation of pop culture's favorite relationship? As the internet waited in breathless anticipation for an official statement, the silence from both camps grew heavier, darker, and infinitely more dangerous. The internet didn't just talk about the explosive Savage X Fenty leak. It completely tore itself apart. Within hours, the digital space was rigidly divided into two massive, warring factions, creating an absolute engagement goldmine that kept millions of users locked into their screens, continuously refreshing for updates. Comment sections under every major hip-hop media outlet transformed into an absolute war zone of intense debates, emotional defenses, and ruthless trolling. On one side of the digital battlefield stood the traditionalists and the chaotic fan bases of Drake and 50 Cent. They flooded platforms with brutal memes, creating mock advertisements using Rocky's concert photos, completely rewriting the narrative of his entire career. 50 Cent didn't destroy Rocky, Rocky destroyed himself. One top-voted comment on an industry blog read, accumulating over 150,000 likes within 3 hours. You can't claim to be a street icon from Harlem and then pull a stunt like that. Drake was right to laugh. The industry is finally exposing the truth about these Hollywood elites. Another viral post on X stated, Rihanna leaving the tour is the ultimate proof. She built a multi-billion-dollar empire on class and luxury marketing. She's not going to let Rocky ruin her brand equity for a cheap stunt. It's over for them as a couple. On the completely opposite side of the war zone, Rocky's dedicated fanbase, alongside progressive fashion communities and high-profile creators, launched a massive, highly coordinated defense campaign. They argued that the intense backlash was nothing more than a coordinated, deeply insecure attack from aging hip-hop figures who were terrified of Rocky's forward-thinking artistic dominance. They are trying to cancel a literal visionary because they are stuck in 1999, a prominent fashion influencer stated in a viral TikTok video that garnered millions of views. Rocky has cross-continental appeal. He performs at Chanel shows, he has 25 billion streams, and his new album is a masterpiece. 50 Cent is just bitter because his music hasn't been relevant in a decade, and Drake is just mad because Rihanna chose Rocky over him. This isn't a scandal. It's an execution fueled by pure jealousy. As the public war raged on, several high-profile celebrities began subtly or overtly taking sides, adding massive fuel to the fire. A legendary West Coast rap icon posted a short, cryptic video on his Instagram story, shaking his head with an expression of pure disappointment, saying, "Man, the game is getting weird. I miss the days when it was just about the music and the bars. This internet clout chasing is destroying the culture. We gotta do better." Conversely, a major alternative pop star and close friend of the couple tweeted a direct message of support. "Rocky is an icon. Period. Stop letting insecure men dictate what art is supposed to look like. Stay strong, Flacco." Tension reached a boiling point when a prominent celebrity news network published a highly controversial, unconfirmed report claiming that a group of major hip-hop artists were actively organizing a public boycott of Rocky's upcoming festival appearances. The report claimed that several artists had stated behind closed doors that they would refuse to perform on the same stage lineup unless Rocky's management team issued a formal statement clarifying the nature of the Baltimore incident. This created a massive wave of outrage among fans, who accused the industry of attempting to blackball an independent artist for nothing more than a wardrobe choice. To maximize the absolute chaos, a group of anonymous internet trolls launched a highly sophisticated disinformation campaign, creating completely fabricated screenshots of fake tweets from Rihanna's official account that read, "I cannot support this behavior anymore. Dates coming soon." Even though the tweets were quickly proven to be completely fake, the psychological damage was already done. The internet was in a state of complete narrative overload, unable to separate truth from hyperbole, and completely desperate for any real confirmation. The divide between the fans was wider than it had ever been, ensuring that every single post, leak, or micro-movement from any person involved was instantly analyzed under a global microscope, setting the stage for a final revelation that would completely shatter everyone's expectations. Just when the world believed that this controversy had reached its absolute saturation point, just as the frozen corporate funds, the domestic crisis, and the industry boycott had created a seemingly insurmountable wall of devastation around APRocky, a final tectonic shift occurred that completely rewrote the entire narrative, leaving the global music community in a state of absolute breathless shock. Late last night, an elite deep web whistleblower group successfully intercepted and leaked a highly confidential encrypted video file taken directly from an internal security briefing held at the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. This wasn't another fan-recorded cell phone clip. This was high-definition, multi-angle security footage from the venue's backstage corridors, captured exactly 30 minutes before Rocky took the stage on that fateful night of June 8th. The video reveals a sequence of events so dark and so calculated, it completely exposes the terrifying reality of modern industry warfare. In the leaked security footage, a prominent, highly recognizable member of Drake's official OVO security detail is clearly seen entering APRocky's private dressing room during a window of time when Rocky's team was pulled away for a pre-show sound check. The individual is seen tampering directly with the automated clothing racks housing Rocky's stage outfits, specifically altering the industrial elastic waistbands of his performance wardrobe and embedding a highly specialized, ultra-reflective microlining designed to mimic the exact visual appearance of an exposed strap under high-intensity concert spotlights. It wasn't an accidental wardrobe malfunction. It wasn't an unauthorized, rogue marketing stunt by Rocky to promote Savage X Fenty. And it certainly wasn't an unexpected slip of the clothes. This was a highly sophisticated, meticulously planned, and physically executed act of industrial sabotage. It was a weaponized optical illusion, engineered directly by his fiercest rival's camp to create the exact visual sequence needed to trigger the morals clause in Rocky's multi-million-dollar corporate tour contracts, effectively freezing his financial independence and halting his historic global momentum. The revelation has completely paralyzed the internet. The sheer audacity of this physical operation proves that the war between these hip-hop titans has escalated far beyond music. It is a literal corporate assassination plot. But the cliffhanger gets infinitely more terrifying. Within 40 minutes of this explosive backstage footage leaking to the public, Drake's official legal representatives issued an immediate, high-priority emergency press broadcast, completely bypassing ordinary media channels. They didn't deny the footage. Instead, they issued a chilling, single-sentence statement that has sent an absolute wave of panic through the industry. The footage circulating from Baltimore is a highly illegal, unauthorized interception of private data, and we are preparing to activate a multi-million-dollar federal countersuit that will expose the true, hidden financial architecture behind the Don't Be Dumb tour. What does this mean? What is Drake's camp hinting at? What dark, hidden financial secrets are buried within Rocky's independent tour structure that Drake is threatening to expose to the federal authorities? As the entire industry stands completely frozen in absolute terror, a final high-priority alert has just flashed across our news feeds. APRocky has just broken his complete digital silence. He has posted a pitch-black image to his official platforms with a single countdown timer ticking down to exactly 24 hours from right now, accompanied by the coordinates of Drake's multi-million-dollar mansion in Toronto. The world is officially holding its breath. The lines have been drawn, the weapons have been loaded, and the countdown to the most explosive, dangerous confrontation in pop culture history is officially ticking. You cannot afford to look away for a single second. This is easily the most dangerous, high-stakes showdown we have ever uncovered, and things are moving faster than the algorithms can handle. The entire music industry is fracturing right before our eyes, and we are tracking every leaked file around the clock. To make sure you don't miss the absolute chaos that happens next, you need to activate immediately. Smash that subscribe button right now, turn on all your notifications, and drop a like on this video. I need to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think Drake's camp crossed the ultimate line with this backstage sabotage, or did Rocky's massive independent success make him a target in a much bigger corporate chess game? And what happens when that 24-hour countdown hits zero? Don't hold back. Leave your wildest theories below because the next emergency update drops sooner than you think.